Day has finally arrived. We've got the tractor in the garage. The weather's sort of picking up a little bit. Hopefully we don't get so much more rain. I did put a community post out the other day asking, well, saying that I'm going to be fitted this. A couple of you thought it might have been well, someone said it's too small for a turbo. Whether that was they were joking or not, I don't know. This is actually a new water pump, complete. You can, the parts manual for the tractor shows it all split down because you can unbolt the back of it. And you can all, well, back in the day, this tractor was made in 2000, so it's 24 years old now. Back in the day, if you went into an Iseki dealership, you could order all the parts separately, so the shaft, the bearings, the impeller, but this just comes as a complete unit. 2 pipes on the top, 1 on the bottom, hole in the back plate, and then that bit there, I have got somewhere in the box, there's some little threaded things to go in there so I can bolt the fan on. Yeah, let's crack on. I don't think it's a difficult job. It's a 3-cylinder engine, 27 horsepower. I don't know what cc it is. It's not too crammed in there, but I am going to have to take the radiator out. So let's start taking panels off and see what we can come up with. I'm not going to be filming all of this because this camera's getting in the way. I will just zoom you in here so you can see what's going on. I'm going to have to take the top air hose off that goes from the air filter to the inlet manifold. I'm going to pull the radiator out, so drain the radiator, pull that out. That will give me space to get to the front of the fan, to unbolt the fan. And then there's only like 4 bolts to hold the water pump on, disconnect the pipes and that will come off. It's just a bit aggravating, you know. It's all very well having the camera here. If I was able-bodied, piece of piss. But I just want to crack on and get this done. So that's what the plan is now. Pull this radiator out and then we can see. So I'll get all that done and then I'll bring you back and we'll have a quick look and see what's going on. A bit of a struggle getting the radiator out, to be honest. Whether it's never been out before or what, I don't know. But it's quite straightforward. There's some metal brackets. The air cleaner all comes off on one sort of framework. Just the radiator is surrounded by a metal frame, so that's just sort of solidly bolted to the tractor. Just under the bolts at the bottom, they just sort of slip into 2 things like that. Take all the hoses off, and I was really struggling to get the bottom of it out for some reason, and I thought, oh, I hope there ain't a bloody oil cooler bolted in the bottom of that framework. But no, it was just stuck. What I had to do is unbolt the fan shroud and leave that behind, pull the radiator out, and then just pull the fan shroud out. So now I've got to just unbolt the fan, take the alternator belt off, and then unbolt the water pump. There's a couple of pipes just to take off of the water pump, and then that should be off. So let's crack on. Right, that pipe off. 1, 2, 3. They're not many bolts. So what are you doing on your Valentine's Day? It's February the 14th. I'm up in the garage sweating my bollocks off, trying to get a water pump off. Anyway, it's off. For some reason, that little pipe on there, it didn't want to come off. It was loose, the clip was loose, and I've managed to twist the pipe. Anyway, it's off now. So there's only 3 bolts that hold this pump on. There's like a rubber O-ring on where it bolts onto on the engine. I might clean it up and put a thin smear of silicone on that because I really don't want it to be leaking. Having said that, it's quite a clean surface on there. I don't know if you can see where the O-ring's been. It's always probably a good idea to swap that O-ring. Well, I'm going in for lunch in a minute, so I will see if I can get one of those O-rings. It wasn't included in the kit. I don't think. I'll have another quick look in the box. But anyway, that's off. We'll put it all back together now. I don't know what time it is. Let me have a quick look. I don't even know what time I came out here, to be honest. It's 11:30. So, hour and a half. If I had to do it again, it'd be a piece of cake, because I know what has to come off. And things have been taken off. Whereas a lot of these things probably been on this tractor since new, so the year 2000. I know it's only done just over 1,000 hours. I don't know if the previous owner had it from new, but they was just using it to run a wood chipper, and it was kept inside, so that's why it was quite good condition when we got it. Obviously it's gone downhill since we've owned it. A lot of that is due to it being parked up outside. We've just not got anywhere undercover to put this stuff, so maybe one day I'll make enough money and we can build a little shelter for it. But yeah, if you can hear that. You can't feel, I can feel a little bit of play in the bearing. It definitely, you know, you could see on the fan it was moving. Obviously a little bit here is exaggerated on the fan, but it's rumbling. But it was working. And I just wanted to get it changed before we've got another heavy season of grass cutting, rotavating and all that kind of thing. Preventative maintenance is what it's called. So I'll probably go in for some lunch and finish this job off a bit later on.
Some time later.
Right, back from lunch. This job's going to be on hold for a little bit. I have just ordered a new O-ring. I've got the parts catalogue for this tractor, and it lists every single part with part number. You pop it on the internet and you'll 9 times out of 10 get someone that sells it. So there was a company in France that sold that O-ring for €2.88. Shipping, €7. For whatever reason, they won't accept my card. Something wrong at their end because my card is all valid. So I've ordered one from the Netherlands, so that's coming from Holland. It's all paid for, so when it gets here, it gets here. So we'll get back on with that, and we'll get back on with this video when we get that O-ring. So see you soon. We're doing the job properly. Got a new O-ring. Now this, the one in it, it looks rectangular. I think it's just been stretched, hopefully. I've got the parts catalogue for this tractor, and it breaks right down to seals, bearings, nuts, bolts, you name it, and it gives you a part number. I've put the part number in on the internet. Got that. It's obviously new old stock. It's an old bag with a sticker slapped on it. Obviously these tractors are quite old now. But yeah, I'm going to oik that one out, clean it up, and see about getting it all put back together. And fingers crossed, it all works. I won't show you the putting it back together because it's not involved, but it's just slapping a water pump back on, and you saw me take it off, so I'll crack on, and I won't bring you along. I'll come back with you a bit later on. So it's all back together. I've run it up, bled the cooling system out. I'll check the water level after we've been using it for a little bit. I'm just going to put the mower deck on it now, get all that greased up. Link arms all sorted out and everything, and then we'll be good for a bit of grass cutting. I think we've got some rain due in the next week or so, just for a change. Yeah, I didn't show you putting it all back together because it's pretty much reversal of taking it apart. None of you have got one of these tractors, so it's not how-to. Just thought I'd bring you along, show you what we're getting up to. So yeah, brand new water pump. I did put a new O-ring on it, and I'm quite glad I did now. It's just sort of trying to trust an old O-ring with a smear of silicone on it. It's like, do you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm quite happy now that that's done. Ready for some grass cutting 2024. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a big thumbs up if you did. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.